Remember those goals we set at the start of the year? Remember how we laid out exactly how we wanted 2024 to look? How's that going for you? Usually when we get to this time of the year, heading into March, we forget about our goals and we get into the grind of day-to-day life. I'm here to remind you of what's important to you, what we set out, and how you can get back on track if you've strayed away from what you were really wanting.
Welcome to the What's Eating You podcast. I'm your host, Stephanie, and I'm a psychologist, published author, and public speaker here to educate and validate. Enjoy the show.
Welcome back to the What's Eating You podcast. I'm your host and clinical psychologist, Stephanie Giorgio. That's right, I've got some news, so I might as well tell you in this episode. The exciting news is that my clinical endorsement came through. So I had my clinical masters, I did my graduation, but I needed to get a certain amount of hours and supervision in order to get my clinical psychologist title, and I have got it. So I just want to take a moment to say I'm really proud of myself. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy studying as a quote-unquote mature age student whilst running my businesses full-time. Going back to uni, it was all online and it was a bridging course. So you had to have been a psychologist for at least 2 years before doing this course. And wow, it was tough. It was hard. Even my friends who did it, who were psychs, really found it challenging. And I'm really proud of us. We've all made it through the other end. We've all got our registration. So that means I'm going to hang my study boots up for now. I don't have any intention of doing a PhD. I've thought about it. Even though I could, I don't really think my reason is good enough that I should. It would be so cool to have doctor in front of your name, but I just know that what I want to do is bigger than that. It's bigger than research. It's bigger than, and that's a huge thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not big, but I've spent a lot of time focusing on, I guess, the standard career path. But where I want to go next is something completely different with psychology. It's building more on my food freedom program. I want to run retreats. I want to meet. I want to connect with people. I want to do more events. I want to do stage, public speaking gigs. That's where my heart really is. And I just don't think that's going to be able to happen fully if I am behind a screen. So that is where I am today. It's been over a week since I've been back from Bali. When did I get back? 28th of February, and today is March 4th. And I thought, geez, it's March. Oh my goodness, where has time gone? And it's so easy to feel rattled or to just want to give up on your goals because you're in the hustle and the grind of the year. So I thought I'd make this episode a quick update on where I'm at, say hello, and give you the opportunity to reflect on where you are at and how we can get back on track with your goals. So thank you for being here. Let's get straight into the episode. As you remember, if you haven't listened, we set goals for your 2024. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go back to those goals we set. Now, if you don't know where they are or where you wrote them down, that's the first problem. For me, I had to search them on the notes of my phone, but I realized I wasn't really clear about how I wrote them down, and I always keep things in the notes of my phone that I want to access quickly. So if you haven't done this yet, it's okay. I want you to grab your phone, and in the notes of your phone, we are going to just write down our ultimate dream list for 2024. For example, if 2024 was your ultimate year, if everything you wanted came true, what would it look like? Would you be in a relationship? Would you be extremely happy at work? Would you be out of a relationship? Would you be engaged? These are all very relationship questions. Would you have a new job? Would you have a new place? Would you have saved a certain amount of money? Would you have managed your mental health challenges? Would you have got assessed for ADHD? Whatever's on your list, write it down. Now, this can be so simple. It doesn't have to be, oh, I want to travel to the Maldives. It can literally be, my goal is not to forget where I put my keys every day. So don't compare your goals to other people, but just write your dream 2024 and do this when you're in a good headspace. Go somewhere, do it in a nice, easy, clear format, and just go with the flow. If your brain starts to think, oh yeah, as if that's going to happen, what do you think about this and that. Don't listen to that voice. This is your dream time. This is your dream list, and just go wild with it, okay? So after you write your big dream list, the next thing you're going to do is we're going to set our intentions for the month. Now, my goals for the past month, so even before we go into March, let's go into February. What were your intentions for February? I just owned it, and I knew that February was going to be a fun month for me. It wasn't going to be a finance month. It wasn't going to be a learning month. It wasn't going to be a business month. February is my birthday, and I just wanted to have the best birthday ever, and I did. I'm extremely grateful that I had such a nice time in Bali. I did have a couple of challenges while I was there, just friendship challenges. That was quite strange to me, but I got through it and it was fine. So I had some amazing people come to my birthday and we celebrated exactly where I wanted to celebrate it. I remember being here last year and thinking, I want my birthday to be here. I was so happy with how my hair and makeup turned out. And even though these are little things, I know it's not a big deal, it meant a lot to me because in the past, I've been really disorganized when it's come to organizing things for myself or organizing my birthday. I was disorganized. I wasn't allowed to order the chocolate fudge cake because I didn't give the place enough notice, but I was allowed to order the cheesecake, and the cheesecake was delicious. So yeah, a little example how I don't leave a lot of time and organization for personal things, but I'm getting better at it, and that's something I'm working on. So February was fun month. It was exploration month, adventure month. My partner came to Bali. It was super fun. I did educate at the National Women's Fitness Academy, and that was so great to meet with all the girls. And it was just such a fun month. But now March, so that goal was ticked. I did that in Feb. March is really about hustle month. It's really about getting back into the grind of things and getting super consistent. I was probably more flexibly consistent. I was consistent with social media, but not as much as I could have been with TikTok. I usually post on TikTok twice a day, but I was just maintaining once a day, which is absolutely fine. So March is hustle month. The goal was to find a place to live, and we did that. So we moved out of our house today. I'm talking from my new house. Yay. And this new place is definitely different to our last place. I'm actually downgrading my life, and this is one of my March goals. I honestly thought I had no belongings. I'm like, yeah, I can live out of a suitcase. Girl, was I wrong? I'm not joking. We had carloads and carloads of stuff. We moved from Melbourne to the Gold Coast, and I think I was initially fearful of not bringing enough things that I decided to bring the whole of Melbourne with me. But my goal in March, my personal goal, is to really downgrade my life and my lifestyle. I want to donate. I've got 4 boxes. I want to donate clothes to charity. I am going to sell stuff I don't need, like just little bits of bobs and shelves and cabinets, because one thing I've realized is I'm never going to feel settled. And one thing we all do is we say, you know what, once I'm settled, I'll start this. Once this is over, I'll start this. Once uni's more quiet, then I'll work on my relationship with food. But no, you are never going to feel settled. And that's what I'm accepting. I want the life. I've wanted a remote life for as long as I can remember. I remember doing on my vision board in like 2016, a girl sitting at her laptop, and I wrote working from home. This is when working from home was a foreign concept. If you worked from home, you were the weirdo. Do you remember those days? And I just thought it was awesome, and I just wanted to work from my laptop, and that's exactly what I've manifested. And I've just realized that with that comes a whole set of other things you need to be aware about. If you're working remotely on your laptop, if you are working from home, you're never going to have a consistent setup unless you stay in one place. But if you find this inspirational and you want to downgrade your life, I would highly suggest starting to sell your belongings on Facebook Marketplace. This has been amazing. People will buy absolutely anything. You do get the strange people. My partner had someone come and try on his golf shirt and say, no, I don't want it. And he just left. So you do get some odd situations, but it's quite funny. So yeah, downgrading, decluttering, one of my personal goals in March. As mentioned, my other business goal with March is to hustle. So that was my personal goal, my business personal goal. I've just invested a lot into some coaching because I know what I do is so amazing. And if you're listening to this, I'm so glad I got in your ears, but I want to get even further. I want to reach more people. I want to have more impact. And for me, it's about investing in that. And that's why I downgraded my lifestyle where I'm living for the next couple of weeks is half the rent we were paying, because I would rather invest that money into coaching. I'd rather invest that money into improving my services and my businesses. I've changed a lot. I used to like fancy things and live in a really nice place. And not that this isn't nice, but I just realized, like, why am I doing that? I actually really love traveling. I love being in Bali, and I just think Australia is very, if you want to live somewhere nice, it is a lot, especially if you're renting and there's a big rental crisis. So I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to go on a bit of an adventure. I'm going to just figure it out as I go. And here we are. So I'm using that money, downgrading my lifestyle, to investing into coaching because I want to bring you the absolute best of the best of what we have to offer. So yes, doing my coaching in the month of March is a big goal of mine, and then setting up all my systems. We are moving systems, so moving email systems and all of that. So yeah, that's what I want to set up. So try not to overwhelm myself because I just love not being overwhelmed. But yeah, that's my goals. So I want you to start to think, what were your goals in February? Did you achieve them? Yes or no? What got in the way? So for example, if your goal this year is to overcome binge eating and improve your relationship with food, maybe your goal for February was to find a coach, and maybe it was to sign up. And maybe your goal for March is to start their modules or do their Zoom groups. I always say try not to overwhelm yourself with huge goals in each month, but these should more be like momentum goals or action steps towards the big goal. So for example, if your big goal is to improve your relationship with food, maybe that momentum goal is having a meeting with a coach or starting their course or attending the Zooms as just mentioned. Now, if you reflected on the previous month and you've set your goals for this month, then you are on track. You are on track to get started. I just want you to make sure that you can see this regularly. Set it as your screensaver on your phone, write it as a piece of paper, put it on a post-it note. You will be impressed how quickly your brain can start to soak up this information when you see it regularly. Remember, the biggest issue is people focus on what they don't want. They think about what they don't want to happen. They think about their fears, and then they're not attracting what they do want. But if you have it written down as a reminder, I remember when I was working on my own body image, I had written on my bathroom mirror, you are strong, you are motivated, you are powerful, something like that. And I think it was you're sexy, strong, powerful. And reading that every day absolutely transformed and wired my brain. Rather than looking in the mirror thinking I'm disgusting, all I saw was you're strong, you're powerful, you're sexy. You have to prime your brain with these little cues. So write down what you want and put it somewhere you're going to see it every single day. As you reflect back, in summary, what was your ultimate 2024? Revise this monthly and adapt where needed. How do you want your month to look? What are your goals and intentions for this month? And what do you need to do to make this happen? What do you need to schedule in? What do you need to invest in? What do you need to set up to accomplish it? Is it reminders? Is it timers? Is it a schedule? And remember, a goal without a direction is just a dream. You have and deserve to live a purposeful life, whatever it looks like for you, because that's different for everyone. Remember, everyone is at a different stage on their journey, their mental health journey, their romantic journey, whatever it may be. So don't compare your progress to anyone else's except your own journey. Next episode, I'm going to be talking about ADHD and the menstrual cycle. So if you have particularly bad periods, you're not going to want to miss this episode, so make sure you tune in. And finally, if you're looking for someone to help you improve your relationship with food, overcome binge eating, stop purging, and start living a full life outside your body weight, shape, and size, get in touch with me. I offer a free one-to-one call to really explore what's going on with you and to get to the bottom of it and help you move forward. The link is down below. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating. All you got to do is click the stars below this link, and that's it. I really appreciate you being here. Have an amazing week, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I am truly grateful for you being here. If you got something out of today's show, please take a moment to leave a rating or review. To access more resources or support, check out the show notes below. See you next time.